What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. We're gonna talk about Rajon Rondo possibly going to the Los Angeles Clippers, a guy that won a championship as a Laker, a guy that won a championship as a Celtic, and now he has interest from a lot of teams just because he showed that he still do have a lot left in the tank, and he showed that he can really play. This is a guy that you can give a 2-year, 3-year deal, and you expect him to perform, especially at the playoff level. But the main thing about Rondo is he's not trying to be something that he isn't. He knows his game. He knows what he can do. He doesn't try to do too much after that or over the top. He's going to facilitate the ball. He's going to find ways to sneak in and get easy baskets. And one thing I like a lot about him now is that he's not afraid to take the spot up three. I feel like that really helped the Lakers in the playoffs when Rondo was aggressive, especially later in the playoffs when he actually will see an opening or he'll see a lane and he'll go right to the basket and throw it off the backboard, or they'll give him a gap because they know he don't want to shoot and he'll take the three instead of just holding on to the ball trying to find an open spot. The aggressive Rondo is one of the things that I always wanted to see, and I feel like he has been more aggressive over the last 3 years than he has ever been. And when Rondo is facilitating and he's playing the point guard position like he usually does, it's an amazing thing to see, especially because, like I said before, when you have LeBron, when you have AD, when you have Paul Pierce, when you have Ray Allen, when you have Kevin Garnett, when you have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, you don't really have to be a great scorer because they are so good to create their own shot. But when they're not creating shots, they can space the floor and they can create their own shot if they get it off the dribble, if they put the ball down and go off the dribble. That Rondo don't have to be a 25-point scorer. He just has to make sure people are getting the right shots and in the right spots. And even if they have to create after he passes, they're able to do that. When you look at this Clipper team, they have a whole lot of talent and they just need somebody to organize things and get guys getting the best high percentage shots. And when it's not there, be able to get your own. And Beverly has always been a guy that isn't afraid to knock down the spot of threes either, but he does disappear. And his defense has always been good, but that's has always been a problem. He's not a passer. He's not a playmaker. He's not a decision maker. He just out there to space the floor and get out in transition and from time to time make a layup. And that's not a bad thing because that's his game. But Rondo can do the same thing, but at a higher level for probably even a cheaper price. And that's something that you will look forward to having if you're a Clipper fan because Kawhi Leonard has shown that he can be a decent playmaker and a decent passer while also being the assassin and the killer. And so did Paul George. Paul George has always been one of the better playmaking forwards or guards because he changed his position in the NBA. And they can facilitate when they need to. They can create when they need to, but it would be good to have somebody that can get them easy shots and easy opportunities. Like we seen AD getting all these layups and all these dunks and all these lobs. That's fantastic to get if you're AD. And a lot of them came from LeBron or it came from Rondo. And that's what you want to do if you're a Clipper fan. So the main reason why I had Chris Paul as a bigger priority is because he's a way better decision maker than Rondo, in my personal opinion, because he doesn't turn the ball over really at all. Plus, he can knock down mid range. Plus, he can create his own shot from the 3-point line. And that makes him a lot more valuable because he also is a significantly better defender at their age. And that's something else that you can't just put a value on because that's a big difference making thing in NBA. So I can see them going with Rondo. The problem with the Rondo situation is, do he want to go to the Clippers? Because once you have the type of success that he has had, and once you see the fit that he had with the Lakers, and they letting them know that they want him back, plus you just won a title with them, it do make you wonder, why wouldn't I stay with the Lakers? They give me the opportunity. They give me the chance. I fit well with LeBron and AD, and I understand Frank Vogel and what he's trying to do. And we already won a title together, and it was pretty lopsided because they won 5, 5, 5, and then 6. And it was one shot away from possibly winning in 5 in the finals. And you'll wonder, why would you want to leave that team if y'all had that much success together? And Rondo was talked about as being the third best player on the Lakers and that third star for the Lakers, mostly in the playoffs. And that shows you how valuable and how well he fit with LeBron and AD as a duo. And I don't think that that's something that you can replace. I don't think that's something that you can find and just replace easily if you're the Lakers. And that's why you should be a priority. And Rondo is getting older. His defense has slipped, but at the same time, you're not paying him 25, 30,000 like you'll be paying Chris Paul, and that's why I can see a team like the Clippers trying to go after him too, because of that. He's not a max contract guy, but he is a guy that knows his game and he understands what he brings to the table to a team, and I can see why Kawhi Leonard and Paul George and those guys will want him at the end of the day, and he can make guys like Harold, if he comes back, or Zubac, he can get them easy opportunities and he'll hold them accountable and he'll challenge them. And you need guys like Lou and guys like Rondo that's willing to be competitive and fiery and challenge guys that are comfortable, challenge guys that are complacent. And those are leadership qualities because, like I said, like we all seen, the Clippers lost that urgency. They lost that fight and they just get blitzed sometimes. And we seen it against the Mavericks. We seen it against the Nuggets. And you can't allow that to happen if you're going against the best teams in the best conference in a championship or bust. You need guys that's going to get up in you. You need guys that's going to tell you you're not doing enough. You need to do more. You need to do this. You need to do that. And Rondo has done that throughout his career. And he also evolves and he also elevates his play when it comes to playoff time. And that's the time that matter most because that's when Kawhi Leonard is playing all games. And that's when you want to raise your level up because you're playing for a championship and you're going against the best competition at the end of the day. So I'm interested to see what Rondo chooses to do. I feel like he did his image. People was giving up on Rondo. People was trying to get rid of him. People saying he was uncoachable. People said he was stubborn. People said that he's a headache and he ain't playing defense anymore. He's not playing well anymore. And even if those things are true, even if those things was something that he needed to go through to change the course of his career and look at it in a different perspective, he has done that in Chicago. I feel like he has done that with the Lakers. And, I think he done that in New Orleans when they had put out the Blazers and he played real well with that team. And he played well with Drew Holiday, another ball handler, and he played well with AD. And they was able to do some things that teams and players and people around the world didn't think they could do. And Rondo was a big part of those situations after, damaging his image a little bit. And you gotta give him credit for not quitting, not giving up, and going back out there and staying true to himself. And he got opportunities that was allowing him to be who he was and play his game. And he just stayed steady with that. And next thing you know, he's an NBA champion again. And now he's a guy that a lot of teams are trying to find a way to get, or a lot of teams are saying he can be a difference maker on our team, even at his age. And that's something you couldn't say 5 years ago, but it's something that's reality right now. And that just showed you that, you put the work in, you trust yourself, you know what you bring to the table. You can do pretty much anything that you put your mind to. And Rondo has proved that so far. So check out my website, analysisplayerarm.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayerarm.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Thanks for everybody that likes on Facebook. Thanks for everybody that chooses to check it out. You can also buy merchandise on my spread shirt. There you can find all types of merchandise. You can also find merchandise on my Facebook page. I have hats on there. I have shirts on there. You can change the color of the hat to whatever you want. You can change the color of the logo that you pick to whatever color you want. Thanks to everybody that bought merchandise. Thanks for everybody that continue to watch the video. If you're watching this video, can you please like it? Can you please share it, as it allows me to reach more people and more people to enjoy it? It's better for me because I can continue to grow. Also, if you're new to the channel and you don't know much about it, I make NBA videos every day about a variety of topics, whether it's breakdowns of players, legends, rookies, and even summer league breakdowns, NBA draft coverage, trade deadline, free agency, season previews, playoff predictions, and everything else. And if you want to check that out, I got over 1,000, almost 2,000 videos on my channel. So if you like this video, you're interested in seeing what I bring to the table, you want to potentially subscribe, check out those videos and enjoy them. I'll be back with another video tomorrow. Enjoy all day. Stay blessed. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm gone.